Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday at 7:30 in the morning. So today, as you can see, is a pretty rainy day, which means that I'm going to have to keep the live stream short because my feed can get a little warm when my weather is off. So I'm Rita Hickman, body-mind expert, shiatsu massage therapist, help women in toxic and narcissistic relationships really find their way out, kind of take the next step, whether it's find a new job, a new relationship, cope with the relationship that they have, heal from past narcissist wounds that have affected them all their trying to deal with the narcissist piece of feeling emotional, of finding balance, of opening the next chapter. I help women by helping them understand how they work and giving them the things that they need in order to move forward. Is what's the difference between a regular narcissist and a garden variety narcissist? So from a clinical narcissist, I mean a garden variety narcissist. So a clinical narcissist, there's actually a diagnosis for that from a psychologist. Clinical narcissist is when you have violence that's typically paired with some sort of trauma that is unprocessed and you're still in your life, which makes you volatile, puts you into a place of high insecurity and makes you really not even have the capacity to care about anybody else. Because it's all about dog eat dog, gotta win, have to protect oneself at all costs, which means that a narcissist will do things. When they feel good, when everything is well, then the relationship's going to be wonderful and high. When things aren't going well, when they've had things happen in their lives that make them feel stressed out or tired, their personal relationship is not going to go well. They usually have a very great outer image that everybody sees, but at home is when they really deal with the emotional and the mental and the physical issues that they've had to control out in public. So is someone who really has a lot of problems, a lot of problems going on, than you can fix. It's more than there's something that you personally can do something about to really help them with. They need a lot of professional help, and they need help where they can really start taking the burden off of them and figuring out the health concerns that are behind what's going on. So a garden variety narcissist is everybody has that needing to protect oneself, and it's kind of on a spectrum. Depending upon how stressed you are, your patterns, how good or bad your body feels is the level of narcissism that you may have. Garden variety narcissism is and it can be looked like self-respect. It's when you have enough respect for yourself that you know this is not an experience you want to have. That you need to protect yourself, no matter what it may take. My husband tends to hang out with people who are in law enforcement quite a bit and have been in the military and gone overseas. And one of the things, he's always said that people will tell him is you don't know what you're going to do until you're in the situation. So until you're at a high level of stress, with no way out or no win situation or something, you know how you're going to respond. And so everybody's got that level of needing to protect themselves with their flight, and we either have the resources to manage it and the habits and the patterns and the beliefs and the ideas. The clinical narcissist is that far along the spectrum, have so few tools, so few abilities that they're incapable of having a good relationship. But most people are garden variety, a little bit more on the right side. So then you have to kind of decide, you have to determine for yourself whether this person has more you want to help them with, or whether they bring enough value to your life that you're going to help them on this journey. Maybe it's healer. Maybe you're someone who loves big. Maybe you have a calling. Whatever it may be, it's to choose for themselves if someone who is struggling like that, emotionally, mentally, energetically struggling, is worth the life force that you're going to give. And it's a gamble, it's a risk, Is it worth it? Is it going to turn out okay in the end? Nobody knows. None of us knows. So plant the seed in your head. And the seed is, when it comes to narcissism and narcissistic behaviors, there isn't you aren't or you are. Clinically, yes, that's, if you check enough of the boxers, if somebody has the issues, yes, they are clinically a narcissist, and you should protect yourself at all costs. Variety, and you go into narcissism as well. Everybody does, where we need to do the things that we need to do to protect ourselves, and it's not even conscious. Have some compassion for you. Have some compassion for your narcissist. Have some compassion for the narcissistic place, and realize that you have tools and you have options and you have abilities. Unlike when you were a kid and probably no choice, you actually, because you're an adult woman, you have choices now. There are things you can do. There are things you can do to make yourself feel better. People you can reach out to, stuff you can read. You are no longer as helpless as you once were to narcissists in your life. And when you realize that you have a lot more power than you ever thought you did, then you will go down too, because you'll no longer feel helpless and trapped and out of control by how you feel. And then teach the other people in your life. But you get to decide how you want to use your life force, and you can either use it to evolve and grow yourself, or you can use it to, focus on people who bring so much more to your life. It's synergistic, and it's evolutionary, and it's people who have the ability to be in relationships. Think of it as less as that it's your fault, and more that this is the way the world works. Handle it, okay? So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling overwhelmed or helpless, or you don't have anything, reach out to me, message me. I do strategy calls where we come up with a whole game plan of where you're at on your journey to transform and change, what skills and tools you need to develop, the resources you can get to develop, whether it's with me or free online or with a psychologist or whatever it may be. We come up with a game plan for you so that you can get yourself out of this space. And then we decide, you and I together, we fix step 2 is, okay? So I hope the video turned out okay. As I said, the weather can be a little tricky here. And so I'll sign off before it gets too, but thanks. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.